Hi guys, this is Wireheadking, and today I'm bringing you part 5 of the Dojo tutorial series. In this part we're going to be doing some of the lighting and begin unwrapping the room in Blender, of course. I don't know why I said that. So let's get straight into it. So if we were to look at the scene you've got right now when it's rendered, you would see that we've got one light source, just one point lamp, and that's all we've got lighting the room right now. So we need to change that. So let's come over here to the lamp settings, make it a sun lamp, then press Alt R, and that will clear all the rotation on it. Then just drag it out and then rotate it in, so this line is going into the room. And the more horizontal or the more flat you make it, the more the light will just go across the room and hit this side wall, and the more vertical you make it, the more it will just, or the less it will go all the way across the room and just come in and just hit the floor near the window. So I think in the end, because I was sort of going for a sunrise, I sort of imagined this was on like a mountain or something, and the sun was like rising, so it's over here and it's just going in like that. So in the end I had a pretty flat light, and it's also a good way to keep the room nicely lit, just having lots of light coming in. So I sort of left it at around this angle. I think in the end I might have had it a little bit more vertical than that. I'm not entirely sure, maybe I did actually, something like that. So with the lamp we can click on use nodes, set the strength to 1.5 and make the color a orangey yellow color like that, and we can also rotate it towards the back wall, so that way it just lights up, because the wall at the back here takes up like 2/3 of the image. So if it's poorly lit, then that's 2/3 of the image poorly lit. So yeah, just have a lot of light there, and also there's a lot of stuff to focus on. So okay, enough explaining. So there we go, something like that should work. So now when we look at this rendered, you'd be expecting to see everything lit up nicely, but all you can see really is just light coming in from, it's just passing the wall at the back here and just hitting, it's just shining up the floor. And we don't actually want the light to be coming in from out here to the side, because really there should be more room, but, or more, that's a bad word to use, but there should be, you know, 4 sides to this dojo, and we don't really want light to be coming in from here. So the way we change that is, instead of making more dojo, which we don't really want to do, we just have to add in a cube. Then in edit mode, just bring it out to the back, and then just scale it up to roughly this size, or the width and height of the dojo. It doesn't have to be too perfect, and also just make sure it's sort of just slightly covering the dojo so there's no gap for the light to sort of sneak through. And then in face, oh, I'm not in edit mode anymore, in face selection, just delete the face here, and you could delete the face at the back, but I may as well, but I don't think I did in the end. I just sort of brought it back behind the camera. So now ideally it should just be completely black, and it is. And you might be wondering why that's good. That basically means there's no unwanted light getting in, but there's no light getting in. So yeah, so now what we need to do is have light coming in where we want it. So that's this window here and this window up here. So select the dojo and apply the mirror modifier, because right now we can't get these 2 windows selected. We can select their mirror over here, but we don't want them selected, we want these 2 selected. So just apply the mirror modifier, and then we can individually select the windows back here. So this can be a bit tricky because I've got loads of these things here, but we just need to figure out where it is, and it's right there for me. One time when I tried to record this, it took like 10 minutes to find it, so in the end I just stopped recording. but I now know it's exactly there. So you might find it a little bit difficult to find, but there we go. So with these, you might be thinking, oh, let's just delete these, and you could do that, and I don't really see why not, but what I did was I just added in a new material and called this transparent, and I assigned it to these two windows, and under surface I just set this to transparent. And what that will do is basically mean that the light just completely ignores them. And there we go, you can now see light is getting into the room, so that's just great. Now I think the angle of it is fine, but I think maybe the shadows are a little bit too soft. I'm not too sure where I stand on that. So let's just make them a tiny bit more sharp. So all we have to do is set this to 0.05. Now you might think that because it's already at 10 centimeters, you think, okay, let's just put in 5 and then it'll be 5 centimeters, but it's not, it's 5 meters. Its default is set to 0.1, which is 10 centimeters, so we need to set it to 0.05 to make it 5 centimeters instead of 5 meters, which would have what you would got if you just put in 5, for example. So that being said, 0.05 in there, and then press render. Oh wait, hang on, you should really just view it rendered, because yeah, otherwise why is that happening? Huh. Okay, just view it rendered in the viewport, and okay, there you go. The shadows are now a lot more harsh. I think I might make it a little bit more flat, because that maybe rotates it towards the back wall a little bit more as well. So let's come out of that, and let's rotate it towards the back wall like I said, and make it a little bit more flat. There we go. And now let's try looking at that rendered, and that should be looking pretty good now. I think I made the shadows a little bit too harsh. Okay, so yeah, let's just leave it at 10 centimeters and look at it now. I think that should be fine. Okay, I think one of the main problems is that the other objects are getting in the way and it looks strange, so I think actually just undo quite a lot of what I've just done, so bring it back out a little bit, make it a little bit more vertical. And okay, I think that's looking alright. Yeah, that's looking fine. Okay, so now we've got the angle sorted out. I might change that again later, but for now I'm just going to leave it like that. As you can see, if we look through the windows, well, for me anyway, the floor is just there, and we don't want that. So all we have to do is, we don't have to do anything fancy. All we have to do is just select the floor, and then just scale it in so that it's out of sight if we were to look through the window. And okay, there we go. So now it's pointless even looking at that rendered, because I just know it's worked. Okay, so now we need to get onto the materials of the room, and well, actually we're not going to do any of the materials, we're just going to unwrap it, and in the next part we're going to do the materials for it, and then okay, so right now if we press Alt-Z, there are no textures on this, so just open up a new image. So I'm going to go to image and open image down here in the UV image editor, and head over to textures. Well, wherever you keep your textures, I just keep them in one folder. And I'm going to go down to wood, planks, clean, I think. Yeah, here we go. Now I've got a little folder here for some planks and their different maps, and if you're not familiar with these, this is the color, this is the displacement, this is the bump map, and this is the occlusion, and this is the specularity. Now these were generated based on this texture, and this texture just came from cgtextures.com. It doesn't actually come with any of these other ones. So the way I made these was I used this tool called Crazy Bump. I'm not going to show you how to use that. If you want to learn how to use that, I recommend Andrew Price's tutorial called like Mastering Texturing or something, I don't know. Yeah, there'll be a link in the description to it. If there isn't, just put a comment saying there isn't and I'll quickly put it in. So yeah, just use Crazy Bump to make these textures here. But they're not really relevant for now. All we need is this one. So just open up this texture here, and if we select the Dojo, what I'm going to do is just select one face just up here and press Ctrl L. So I'm not going to do every little object connected to, or yeah, every little bit just now. I'm just going to do the walls and maybe the windows. In fact, I don't really need to do the windows. Basically, we're just going to be unwrapping the room and just the walls of the room. So all you have to do now is, with all the walls selected, press Ctrl I. And in fact, actually no, before we do that, let's also just select one vertex in each of these pillars, because I want to do them as well. Then press Ctrl L, then press Ctrl I, then press H to hide it all, and that just gives us a little bit more space. So now if we select everything here, apart from the pillars, so all of that stuff. Okay, let's just hide the pillars as well. Okay, so now when we select everything, if we were to press U and unwrap, then it looks really weird, and that is not good at all. So you could go around and individually just add seams everywhere, and really I would recommend doing that, but I was quite lazy with this. I just had a quick thing. But first of all, we've got this big thing going down the middle here. Now, in a previous part where I was making these scrolls, I was trying to figure out exactly how you can just dissolve the edges here to just their surrounding faces, and I knew there was a way, I just couldn't remember it, but someone kindly put it in the comments. So all you have to do is press X, then limited dissolve, and then there you go, it just disappears, and it just, you know, if we just look at that, just gets rid of that edge there. So that's a really cool tip, and it should help you with quite a lot of stuff. So now that we've done that, we can just begin unwrapping. So my quick easy method is to just press U and then go to Smart UV Project. Leave all this stuff the same. I don't actually know what some of this is, like angle limit. I think that's the most degrees it will go up to. Let's set that to 45, because all of the faces are going to be just rectangles. And island margin, that basically means how far away all the faces will be in the image editor. That doesn't really matter. And area weight, I don't quite know what that is. I think it's to do with weight paint, not weight projections vector, but yeah, I don't know. Let's just press OK with that. And there we go. We've now got all these rectangles appearing inside the UV image editor. Now, we still can't view this textured, because with cycles it needs to actually be on the material. So the only material that we're going to sort of just play around with right now is Wood Wall 1. So just bring up the window down here, set this to Node Editor, there, and then just add in the image texture. So press Shift A, go down to Texture, and add in the image texture, then just put that into the color of the diffuse, like so, and then just open it up there. Okay, and as you can see, it's way too big, so you could individually scale everything up. I'm just going to do it all at once, just scale it all the way up until it's looking okay, and I'm just going to get, you know, the planks maybe to that size, maybe even a bit smaller. But my main objective of this is I want, as you can see up here, we've got 2 planks that can line up. So right there, so that there's like this gap in between the planks, sort of vertically lined up, and it's a bit hard to do that, but That would do. And while doing this, I've realised that the face the faces underneath these areas, maybe even on top of them, I'm not too sure. I can't see what's happening on top of them, but yeah. Okay, so these faces, we just need to put them on whatever material it is that needs to be on. So if you just select the pillar material, pale wood. Okay, so pale wood, assign that. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so now we've done that, we can go back to wood wall 1, and we need to just manually rotate some of these, because if we look over here, for example, you can see you've got these, like 50 planks just going horizontally, but there's no logical reason why they would do that, why someone would build it like that. So all we have to do is select every bit where the faces aren't rotated properly, and then we're just going to rotate them all at once, just to save time. Okay, and don't worry about over here it's a bit dark, but you can see there's a seam between the two bits of, well, not a seam, where the planks sort of get put together. There's one of those bits right there. Don't worry about that stuff, we're going to move them all around later. And you can really, I don't really know what to do about these ones here, but on the sides, it's up to you. But I think these ones look better when the planks are vertical, so just get those ones as well if you want. Oh, that one's fine. But yeah. Okay, this is a bit time consuming, and in the end, most of the time what I would do is miss a couple of them. But yeah. Oh, and this face up here, not that one. Where is it? You'd expect it to be. Oh, there we go. And then this one right up here. I think a few of these ones on the sides. And yeah, like I said, it's time consuming, but in the end it makes the scene, it's definitely worth putting the time in. Just come along over here, there we go. And I think these two need to be changed. Okay, I think that's looking okay. I need to set those ones to pale wood. Alright, so there we go. Let's just rotate this by 90 degrees then. And as you can see, now it's looking a lot better, so we can just scale that up or down to make the planks fit into place. And you can individually go around. I'm not too worried about the ones at the top because they're so small it doesn't really make much difference. But I think that's looking okay, so we can just leave that there. And that's actually gone a lot quicker than I planned. Oh yeah, but we need to just change these to pale wood, and same over here. Pale wood, assign that. Okay, so now that we've done that, we could just take a look at this rendered, just so you can see the materials in some sort of effect. They're looking a bit weird right now, they are anyway, but we can change them later with the other textures from Crazy Bump. Okay, so that's not looking too bad. We've got some materials in there now. Let's get the pillars done and these other bits and pieces up here, and then I think we can end. Okay, I've got like 10 more minutes. Okay, so let's, let's unhide everything, then just deselect the pillars. like so. That's 1, and then that's 2, 3, and then the last one, 4. There we go. So now just hide that. Okay, so we've got the pillars back now. So with the pillars, we're actually going to manually, do this stuff. So just get like the edges that are out of sight, even though it doesn't really matter with shapes like this. But it's good to do that anyway. Just get those, select them all, then press Ctrl E, press Mark C, then press Ctrl L, and unwrap. Oh no, not there. No, U and unwrap normally. Non-uniform scale. What? Okay. Okay. Smart UV project. And let's put them here. And let's get a new texture for these. So, I don't know. Clean. Oh wait, was I just on clean? I don't know. What's in here? Oh, that's the pale wood. Dirty planks? Oh, no, I don't want one of those. Clean planks then. Okay. Oh no, in the end I used like a tree bark texture, didn't I? So, let's get that. Might be in here actually. Oh yeah, bark stripped. Yeah, there we go. Oh, actually. I don't know where I got this texture. It could have been from CG Textures, but it could have also been from the Nature Academy. I think that's a CG Textures material though. But just have a look. I'm not too sure. Okay, but now we just need to add in the image texture and set it to that texture we just loaded up, the bark stripped thing. And now, there we go, it's showing up. And yeah, just scale it up a bit, like so. And make sure that they're not obviously being repeated, as though it's just been duplicated along. Make sure it just looks relatively different. Might just scale that down a little bit. Okay, I'm a bit concerned about this pillar here, because it's got that big line that's just sort of going down, so I'm just going to rotate that by 90 degrees, maybe another 90. Okay, alright, and actually I might just scale it all down a little bit, just to hide the repetitions. And in the end, this is probably going to look kind of strange, but yeah, I think it might have worked better with the cylinder pillars. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Alright, not looking too bad. And you might be thinking that the room's looking a bit dark. Oh, that's because I didn't do anything with the environment lights. So if we go to the world settings, click on use nodes, set this all the way up to the top like a white color, and then make this again an orangey yellow. Set the strength to 1.5, and the reason why we're doing that is so that it doesn't look orangey yellow, it will just look white, and that's good for compositing later, although it's not really necessary, but it just looks good. So okay, we do that, and then it's looking a bit brighter. But it still looks a little bit dark, but when we get more materials in there and play around with the lights a bit more, it should look a bit brighter. In fact, I might just do that now. Just get the light source here, set this to 2, make it more orangey yellow. Okay, and then, yeah, that didn't really do anything. Okay, well, yeah, it's looking good for now. I'm just gonna wait until I've got all the materials done. Oh, hang on, just set the world thing. Oh, right, 1.3. There, make it more orange orangey yellow than that, and then get the sun and set that to 2. There we go. Then make that more orangey yellow, and then we should get a much more obvious yellow color coming in. That might be a bit too strong though. Well, like I say, we'll play around with all that stuff later on. But for now, I'm not too worried about that. So, okay, I still haven't added in materials for the pale wood, and if I go back to my reference image, there, turned out this top bit up here was the pale wood colour. Oh wait, no, was it? No. Yes, no. No. Wait. Oh, I don't know. Okay, well let's make that pale wood. In fact, before I do that, let's select the pale wood things and make them pillar 2. Then select these bits at the top and make that pale wood. It really doesn't matter, but I'm just trying to make it just like my previous render here. Okay, I think that's about right. Yeah. Ooh. Hang on. Now I see what I've done. I've put the wrong. Okay. Right. Pillar 2. We're gonna select all of that stuff. Make that pillar. Then if we select the pillars and deselect, oh no, this is awkward. Deselect these bits here, so that we've just got the big pillars selected. And I think that's, we've got all the faces on them, apart from that one. Okay, and deselect that up there. Okay, with this, we're going to set this to pillar 2. Alright then, there we go. So, with that done, we just need to unwrap pillar 2. Oh wait, no, pale wood, but that's okay because we've already got, it's already unwrapped. So if we just add in the image texture and open up wherever it is, textures, wood, planks, clean. I don't remember where I put any of this stuff. I don't even know if I had. Yeah, here it is. Wood planks bear 015213S. That's the one I got from CQ Textures. Put that into the diffuse, and then there we go. It's all to a good scale. Alright then, so that's the beginning of the materials and lighting. I hope it wasn't tedious for you. But there we go. So thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Give this video a like. We're not really allowed to say rate anymore, that's years old. But yeah, so subscribe to get any next parts of this series, or subscribe to get whatever series I'm doing right now. So yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.